Hi there, everybody. Good evening. This is Nabaz Modi Singhania of the Body Art Fitness Centers going live with you. I'm seeing a lot of you guys coming in, and hey, welcome all. I'm very pleased today to have a fantastic guest with us that I want to share with you. The very well acclaimed dermatologist, Dr. Rashmi Shetty. Dr. Shetty is the owner of Raw Skin Aesthetics, Raw Skin and Aesthetics, rather. And she is the author of Age Erase, which really says it all. She is a leading expert in aesthetic medicine and works between Mumbai and Hyderabad. We have had a lot of interest in her, and without much ado, we'd just like to have her in because there are, oh my God, so many questions for her that be better. So, yes, just getting her in and on. Okay, we've had a lot of interest in our comment section as well, where a multitude of questions related to our skin, the largest organ of our body, have arisen, and we are hoping to shed light on those matters, for her rather, to shed light on those matters for us. So, yeah, here we go. Right. So while Dr. Shetty comes in, we've curated this beautifully to ensure that all our skin-related issues are managed and taken care of. Hey, Dr. Shetty.
Hi.
Nice to have you in finally.
Likewise.
So we have a lot of interest, a lot of questions, and I thought we'd jump straight into it, if that's okay with you.
That's perfectly. I must tell you, how glamorous and beautiful are you looking? Wow.
Oh, thank you. It's, well, part of our job too, right? You too. Yes. Okay, so lots of questions. Can I start from dryness in winter, since we are in winter, and lip
Sure.
cracking and things to do with that, even for the body, not just the face? What is the best way of tackling it?
So first thing is, if your skin is really cracking up, obviously winter, it is supposed to get a little drier than usual. But if you see an unduly dry skin, like you said, lip cracking up, your feet chapping up, then you need to understand that your body is asking you for essential fatty acids. So you may be one of those people who's completely cut off fats in your diet, like those zero oil diet or like a low oil diet is no more considered as a good thing. It doesn't just tell on the skin, it also tells on your brain function. So it's important for you to have enough fat in your diet, number one. Two, if diet sometimes may not suffice, you may have to take certain supplements that give you your essential fatty acids. Simply a omega-3, 6, 9, simply things like primrose oil, flaxseed oil, all of this included in your diet will really do well. Number three, whatever you do to the inside, you need to also make sure you do to the outside equally with a lot of care. So choosing a right moisturizer becomes really important. Sometimes you choose a right moisturizer, but I've seen people put moisturizer in the morning and expect it to hydrate your skin till the night. That doesn't happen. Drier the skin, multiple times you should apply for that moisturizer to work on your skin. So it's important that you apply it multiple times. Two, like in winter, how in the clothes you end up doing layering. Layering on your face is also very important. So that's when you do skincare layering. That's when you do repeated application of moisturizer and take care of from within as well. So those are a few extra tips that you can add on to some things that you guys already know, like don't have a long bath, don't have a too hot water bath. You know all of this.
Okay, yes, thank you. So when it comes to anti-aging, I think lockdown has had quite an effect, quite an impact on that over the last 2 years on everyone. The added stress, etc., not seeing each other for a long time, but the typical anti-aging, the signs of aging rather, laugh lines, crow's feet, things like a double chin, furrows on the forehead, jowls, especially as I said right now in lockdown, where it doesn't even seem safe to kind of step out for your regular monthly facial. What do you suggest?
So if I'm understanding your question right, you're saying what can you do at home towards anti-aging?
Yes.
So the best thing that you can do at home towards anti-aging is try and calm your system down. Because like other disease process of the body and like the aging of the rest of your body, aging of the skin is also something which stems from inflammatory change and oxidative stress. So if you can calm down your skin system, like get into a nice exercise, like a meditative moment, whether it is running is your meditation, reading your meditation, something which calms your mind down, calms your system down. Make sure you also are very mindful of what you're eating, so your gut remains calm. Firstly, if you can internalize this whole thing to say calm is not just what shows on the skin, but it has to be all over you, you have actually slowed aging down physiologically. Then, of course, what is on top of the skin would be, things like a good moisturizer, a good sunscreen. These are all things that will prevent your aging. Obviously, lifestyle modifications such as eating on time, sleeping well, restful night of sleep, no smoking, no drinking. These are all age aggressors, which will aggravate the changes of aging. So if you can calm those things down. And then there are supplements that you can end up taking, such as collagen supplements, lutein, sodium hyaluronic acid, all of this. For example, Raw Hydrate, one of our supplement, is fantastic when it comes to kind of negating the signs of aging on the skin and keeping your skin plump and nice.
Wow, thank you. People are making comments, wanting to ask questions and saying, can you save the live? Yes, guys, it's definitely going to be uploaded on our social media handles. So do look out for it, because I myself will be going through it to make pointers on what Dr. Shetty is saying right now. We're all human and we can all do with the extra knowledge and the help. Okay, so what do you do with thin skin? Thin skin tends to, of course, I'm asking this for myself, because it tends to somehow show faster, right? Or age on a certain level. What do you do to kind of thicken your skin?
So certain ethnicities and certain color of the skin is thinner usually. Like, for example, Nawaz, you're a Parsi, if I'm right, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that ethnicity has a more finer, thinner skin. So anything which is a thinner skin tends to age faster, because one, the thickness of the skin comes from, let's say, many other things, but along with it, mainly collagen and your elastin fibers. Now they keep your skin more thicker, more bouncier and more youthful. Number one. Two, also it is able to hold water better when the skin is thicker. Three, it responds better to any treatment such as energy-based devices. So a thicker skin also has better appendages, which means to say your glands such as your oil glands are also there in terms of their sizes, which is bigger than something which is on a very thin skin. So usually if you see thin skin is a dry skin, right? The thicker skin is the one which is usually oily or acne prone. So therefore, you need to then take that extra care to compensate what you're not having. So you end up doing a lot more moisturizing. You can indulge in oil massages to your skin. You definitely protect against the sun big time, especially fair and thin. If you end up having a red skin, don't get super happy saying, oh my God, my skin's looking nice and red. That will simply lead to, that's your skin sign to say, listen, I am inflamed, I am angry, and I'm burning, which will then turn into pigmentation 100%. So you need to be very careful of these signs when you have an extremely thin skin. So
Can
like
you
I
do
said,
something
first,
to actually thicken the skin?
very difficult. Technically, yes, we say, okay, there is radio frequency, there is this machine, that machine, which can thicken the skin. But if you're born with a thin skin, to thicken your skin actually is not really possible. You protect the skin, you support the skin. That is what you can do.
Okay. Lucky for me, I'm seriously allergic to the sun. I can't stand it for a split second. I just go loco. So,
Good for you. Good
yeah. Okay, so which just goes to show that, hey, the gut sense tells us a lot. We should learn to listen to our gut some more. Okay, now I have found, I'm sure you'll agree probably, that the first signs of aging when it comes to the face is not that much on the face, but more on the neck, right? So, I mean, I've seen, I don't want to take any names, but I saw a singer, a very well-known, you know, singer, whose face was beautifully done. It was just so supremely tight and taut and glowing. And the neck was a horror. It was like a turtleneck. It was, oh my God, crushed and crumpled. And I'm like, what happened there? Did she not see that? Or did she run out of funds to get that taken care of as well? Or what happened? So what is the story on neck aging? And yeah, can you tell us something there?
Your previous question is an answer to this question. So basically, the neck on the skin and the neck under the eye are very, very thin. So that is a variation in an individual face. So if your skin is thicker on your cheek, whatever is the thickness, under eye and neck are thinner than that thickness.
Ooh.
So now that we explained to you in the last question that a thin skin will age faster because it's got no thickness, therefore there is not, you know, the collagen and the elastin is not robust, there is not enough of your oil glands in those skin. Same story here. So neck and under eye does not have enough to protect and, you know, save up your skin. So therefore you should never neglect your under eye and neck. Whatever cream that you put, that's one thing that I learned from my mom. You know, I've never, like, my mom's not a doctor, but I've never ever seen my mom, even when we were young, put any cream only to the face. It always went to the neck and then to her hands and then the last one to her elbow, and that's how she used to finish it.
Ah.
Now when I'm studying and I've become a dermatologist and I'm in practice and I understand how important those areas are. On the hand, which is very vulnerable, I'm sure you see the next thing is the hand, which looks aged. So the neck, the hand, and the elbow, which gets dry again because of friction and where we touch it. So to start with, whatever care you're giving for the face, please extend it already to your neck and your under eye. So you're saving it up. And
Right.
then, of course, every treatment that goes on the face has to go on the neck. In fact, like you said, doubly there, because it needs that much more.
Right. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about cleansers. Which is the best cleanser that you would recommend? There's concern about many of them having alcohol content. And is that okay? Is that not okay?
See, I was in fact talking to one of the corporate heads today, a skincare line corporate head, and they were innovators as well. And we were talking about how people these days have started looking into whether it is bloggers or whether it is Google searches, and they over stress about products and over analyze the chemistry, which is so difficult as qualified people sometimes even for us to know all the excipients in it. So whether there is an alcohol content there, whether there is something else there, preservative there, this content, that content, I think to suggest a skin care regime, it's very important for you to go to your doctor because they'll tell you depending on your skin type. Now, alcohol-based creams have almost gone out of the market now. I don't think those things exist because people have realized that that just dries out your skin and irritates your skin, no matter what skin type. So when you talk of cleansers, all you need to think of is maybe 2 or 3 types of cleansers, whether it is an oil-based cleanser or it is a water-based one. There are emulsions which are available which take care of both. So it depends on whether your skin's too oily, then you may need an oil-based cleanser. If it is too dry and you're putting very less makeup and you're not putting much, just a water-based face wash will also end up doing. Micellar water is a kind which emulsifies no matter what makeup. So these days, there is also washcloth that you get, cleansing cloth, which is really good to use as well. That again emulsifies everything. So these things depend on how you are. Like, for example, once I got introduced to this cloth that can wipe away my makeup, I so want to do that because I don't want to waste cotton pads anymore and spoil the earth. So I ended up doing that for that reason. But otherwise, there are days that I'm dead tired. I just go home, use whatever is there, cleanser, soap, anything. I just have to cleanse my face. That is important for me. I wash my hands and I cleanse it up. So therefore, I don't think one must stress this much about it. But look at your skin type and choose your cleanser accordingly. Micellar water is an easy bet. You are not going to go wrong no matter what skin type. Soap, I'm not a big fan of, only because soap can collect a lot of germs on it and you may not have covered it and kept it well. Something which comes out of a pump is easier and cleaner. So these are the things that you may want to consider.
Am I understanding you correctly that an emulsion is like an exfoliator?
Not necessarily. Emulsion is anything which is two together. It can be an oil and water, water and oil emulsion. So they are both together. So that could be cream based, that could be like a milk based, it could be sometimes even a face wash. So you could end up using that and then washing it off. So it's easier.
Okay.
Exfoliator is something where it is either something which will loosen up the bond between your dead skin cells. It could be a chemical exfoliator, where it is an AHA, BHA, any of these, or it could be a mechanical exfoliator, in which case commonly known as scrubs, which are little granules, whether it is in a cream or a face wash or whatever it is.
Right. Or the good old kapda, right?
Yeah. You know, the muslin cloth.
Yeah.
There used to be this, I have to tell you this name. I'll tell you when I'll remember this. So in those good old days when you didn't get products across, Evelon. You remember there was this company called Evelon?
Yes.
Which I used to pick up in London each time I went. And that we were kids then, okay? And mom used to make us use that because it used to have this muslin cloth they used to give with it. So that is what you ended up using to cleanse your face. And yeah, rest is history now. There are so many.
Yeah. Well, if you heard the way I did it, you'd be mortified.
Tell me.
Just any napkin I've grabbed to wipe my hands, I will just douse it in water and go for it. I know you're going to kill me, but well, it works. So, okay, I didn't say that. Let's move forward.
Okay. Yeah, you're blessed with good skin, let me say. Parsi genes and good skin.
Yeah, and I suppose what I do in lifestyle and, you know, the line that I'm in, I think everything helps.
To lead a healthy lifestyle, that contributes so much to the skin, so much onto the skin.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit no nonsense. I'm not too fast about, I mean, I don't have time to be that fast about too many things, which, you know, I mean, if I can do it in an easier way, I just would. But anyway, let's get back to this line. So could you educate us on the difference between what is a serum, what is a peptide, what is retinol, and what are just general creams and moisturizers? What should one be doing? What is all this?
So now in your question, you asked me what is a serum, what is a peptide, what is a retinol. For example, a peptide and a retinol are ingredients.
Okay.
But when you say serum, it's a form of delivery. So serum is like more silicone based, more gel based, which flows easy onto your hands or onto your face, onto your skin, basically. And that can have any ingredient. You could have a vitamin C serum, you could have a peptide in a serum format, you could have anything in a serum format. Likewise, a cream is more a creamy texture. So it's a little more thicker, a little more luxurious on the skin. A little more hydrating on the skin based on whether it is a water-based cream or an oil-based cream. It could be different. So these are all bases. And then you have active ingredients such as peptides and whatever retinoids and vitamins and all of that.
Okay, got it. And okay, some of the questions that we got out here when we put this intimation up of today's live, I'm going to take them on. What do you do about puffy eyes? Somebody asked, and also dark circles.
So puppy eyes, easy hack to do at home is close your eyes tight, open it wide. Close your eyes tight, open it wide. That makes that purse string muscle around your eye contract and expand. So if there is water retention, that will just take that away easily.
Oh.
2, in this cup of the hand, you end up putting it on your eye and just gently give it pressure like that. So that will again assist the lymphatic drainage around the eye. Number 3, make sure your hormones are right, such as your female hormones, your prolactins, your estrogens, also your thyroid, which is very important. Make sure all of these hormones are in place. So these are a few things that you can end up seeing. But sometimes puffy eye need not be just water retention. It could be fat herniation in that area, or fat in that area which is now kind of becoming from underneath to outside, or the superficial fat itself now not being held back because the muscle and the skin around it is not so tight. In that case, you may need a doctor to have that removed. 3, if it is just an under eye puffiness and then there is a trench underneath, sometimes we even do a little bit of a filler. That kind of balances and flattens it out, and you'll be amazed that we get beautiful results with puffy eye just with some very, very expert, judicially done fillers around the trench. So those are the few things that you can do. Dark circles, however, can be tricky because that's again very, very wide. Could be because that's how your family is. A lot of people in your family might have dark circles, in which case for you to get rid of the dark circle might not be possible at all. So don't keep running after creams and doctors. Number 2, it could simply be lifestyle. So in that case, see what is going wrong. Is it too much of television watching? Is it too much of screen time? Are you rubbing your eye? Is your skin around the eye itchy? Are you eczematic? So is there an atopic skin around the eye which is super dry and exfoliating and itchy? Are you having any allergies? These are the things you end up ruling out. Then, of course, last resort, when all this is taken care of, in your doctor's office, you will have specialized peels, lasers, injectable solutions, all of this which can actually lighten and reduce the intensity of the darkness.
Okay. But a lot of them also have as you said, can be hereditary also, both. So yeah, we'll have to work with it this way or that. Okay. So what would you say is the best skincare procedure, normal daily routine start from the morning when you wake up? What do you do?
What do I do?
No, what should we do?
What should one do? That's a very difficult question to generalize. Like if I tell now, with whatever little conversation we've had, I gather that you're a very simple person and you don't want to do 10 things, right? So a routine to you might be very different than a routine that I might give to a person who's willing to do 20 things.
Okay.
But I usually end up, I myself am a very conservative doctor. I myself am a very simple doctor, and I always keep telling them, just have 4 things in your kit should be more than enough. So your routine, the first thing in the morning should be washing your face and tying your hair back. That's something which is nothing to do with the great science as a doctor that I learned. But like I keep telling that it's my mom who taught us certain basics in life. Tie your hair back, wash your face the minute you get up in the morning. Never mind if you're just in your own house and if you put your own night cream. There are skin secretions in the night. You sweat in the night. You might even drool in the night. You might have your dandruff which has come onto the pillow that might stick onto your skin. There might be dead skin. There might be your partner's skin which has touched your skin. All these complexes happen on the skin at night. So you need to first thing wash it in the morning. That is your first thing in skin routine. Then of course, if you're someone who likes your skin oils, this is a good time to apply. Early morning, just massage yourself for 2 minutes with the oils that you may like, depending on your skin type. You could do that, leave it alone for some time, then go to bath. While you're having your bath, you wash your face again. Then you end up doing either a moisturizer of whatever suits your skin type, and do not forget your sunscreen. That could be as simple as that if you want to. Or you can add another eye cream, neck cream, all of that as before the sunscreen. Then you wash your face again if you can in the late afternoon or very early evening and do the same thing again. Then before going to bed, you can wash your face and nicely put a beautiful night cream. Here to here, just one. Or again, depending on you want to layer them, you can put a serum, you can put a cream. You can start with a mist, a serum and a cream. So I've done a reel on how to layer your skincare. So go watch that reel. And then you can again do your eye cream and neck cream as an additional step. So this is your night regime. So ideally, 3 times is important, but most of us can't do it. I come to office in the morning and I only go home late in the evening. So my face wash and skin routine only happens twice.
I was just going to ask you, is there going to be time to do anything else in the day?
Exactly, nothing.
Okay. Gosh. Okay, thank you. And yes, different people, I suppose, will sink in with different things depending on your personality type and your skin type, etc. as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What about icing the face? I've heard that that works really well for some reason.
Why not? So icing is usually anti-inflammatory. It calms the skin down. I'm sure as an exercise and fitness expert, you've seen this whole trend of dunking into ice immediately after exercise, how it helps muscle recovery faster. So it definitely helps the face. Temporarily, it may also make your pore size look smaller. So it's easy for you to apply your makeup on time. So icing is okay. But having said that, if you have a very dry skin, irritated skin, you don't want to drive it to another extreme temperature of icing. So it's easier for you to use either a very cold, one of those jade roller types, or you can end up using a wet, cold towel nicely rolled up in the fridge or the freezer and just use that on your face. So it's not ice that you're directly rubbing on, but you're using something like this to cool the skin down.
Okay, but doesn't it have the effects as cryo? Isn't it anti-aging on some level?
It is that, like I said, it's only because it brings the inflammation down.
Okay. Okay. And this is if one is icing, then how do you do it? How often do you do it?
You could do it every day if you want to. You could roll it in a piece of muslin cloth, never apply the ice directly. Roll it in a piece of muslin cloth and then just go over your face very, very slowly, maybe till that big of an ice cube melts on your face. So you could do that, that's enough. And then immediately you can end up applying maybe a moisturizer or something. And then that could help. If you do want to do it twice a day, if you really have open pores, you have an oily skin, you have an angry skin, you can do it twice a day if you want to. So it completely depends. It's okay. Icing is not a bad thing to do.
Okay. Would you say there are any fabulous products, any miracle products that work wonders and you would highly recommend them, that are very effective for whatever? Of specific products of specific companies, I mean?
I'm on the panel of Clinique, so I work very closely with them. So I know their product inside out. In that, there is one product that I really love, is their 98 hours eye cream. Eye serum, I think it's called. It is freaking amazing product. I just love that product.
For anti-wrinkle?
So that for eyes, you can use that thing on the whole face. It hydrates and anti-wrinkles beautifully well. So I love that. To me, everything starts and ends with a hydration. So that hydrates your skin beautifully well. So that's one product I really love. There's one raspberry, I think so, oil from Juicy Chemistry, which went into our winter box. That's the oil that I really love. Among the cleansers, micellar water is something that I like. Simply Nam has a towel, which is nice, that I really like. Among the sunscreens, I have a few favorites. La Roche, not La Roche per se. What's that? Cetaphil has one, which is really nice. Also, there is Isdin, which is pretty nice as a sunscreen. Then there is a lot of these products which are more matte-like. That is also pretty nice. Like, what's the one that we have in the clinic? UVDOUX. That's also very nice. It's UVDO. That is also nice. So these are a few products which are really, really nice.
You mentioned oil. Doesn't that create acne and stuff like that?
No?
Not
really. Not really. No. The right oil, the right ingredient, it doesn't. And this oil is very light. The particular oil from Juicy Chemistry that I was telling you is really, really light. So it just goes beautifully on your face. Just massage it for a bit and wash it off after 10-20 minutes.
Right.
Coconut oil will also do the magic.
Okay. We've had a lot of questions coming in right now, some of which have already been answered. Guys, we've already spoken about dark circles and puffy eyes. So this live is going to be loaded. Check it out then. But further, somebody asked right now that what about which face wash?
Face wash depends, sweetie. It all depends on your skin type. It all depends on how much you want to spend at times. It all depends on your sensorials. I may suggest a face wash, and you might say, "Oh my God, I hate the smell." So these things actually depend on a lot of things. You may think, "Oh, why is she not telling us the names of the products?" It's not because I want to hide them. There is no blanket product. Forget product. There is not even a blanket ingredient. Like I was telling Nawaz in the beginning of the chat that I was having a corporate meeting with a pharma company today, and they were saying the highest searched ingredient is vitamin C. And I'm shocked. And vitamin C may not be the best product for everybody's skin. So now the skins are getting burnt out. The skins are getting sensitive because people are self-prescribing and looking at ingredients and doing things. So my point is, no, there is no one thing that I can just suggest and dish out now. A lot depends on your skin type. A lot depends on what is your sensorial. A lot depends on how much you want to spend. A lot depends on what you want to achieve with your skin and what is the aim. For example, when you say face wash, I don't know if your skin's dry or oily. I don't know if you have acne. I don't know if you're trying to compensate for, maybe you're using benzoyl peroxide for your acne and you're trying to compensate for it. I don't know.
Got it. Okay. Somebody's asking, dry lips.
Ghee at home and do not lick your lip.
Okay. Right. Okay. What about acne and whiteheads and blackheads and oily skin? And now it's escalated because of constant mask wearing, isn't it? What do you do?
So that is because of occlusion. Thankfully, I think in another day or two, I heard from someone, I'm not too sure, that maybe restrictions will be lifted off. So I don't know. So maybe things will get easier. But otherwise, acne can happen to anyone at any age. But what is important is to go to your expert to get it treated. And please don't self-treat acne. And acne doesn't just go away. So go to your doctor, get it diagnosed firstly. Why is the acne there? And then it is definitely treatable. So yes. And whiteheads, you can't do anything at home. You need to go to your doctor's office and have them extracted. Blackheads can happen because the pores are so wide open that the secretions come and sit there and get oxidized. So you may have to change your face wash, maybe use an exfoliation technique, or then again go to your doctor and seek some creams which will maybe like Retinol or maybe like some azelaic acids which help ease off the pore.
Okay, thank you. You'd really be mortified to know what I do. Again, that's what I do. Go for it. Okay.
Ouch. No, don't do that.
I do.
Don't
always have
do that.
Okay.
I have a video again on the reel which says, if you have to squeeze your acne, what do you do? So please watch it, Nawaz. You'll know why not to do that.
Done it long enough, gotten away. I think I'm okay. Anyway. Yes, we take Parsi skin for granted on a level. So anyway.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So anyway, moving forward, a very interesting question. Somebody just asked, what about ear aging? They say the ears age faster than anything else. And I didn't notice that, but hey, it's true. What about that?
Yeah, so one, make sure you put a lot of moisturizer to your ear, take care of that. And this is called as the pinna of the ear or the ear lobe that you call it. So we end up using injections like such as hyaluronic acid, which is a filler, to give more strength to this pinna. So that then makes your earring look more prettier, and we end up taking away those lines that happen like sun rays from your ear piercing. So it all looks really shriveled there. So to open that up and make your pinna more youthful, we of course do some injections.
You cream the ear, doesn't that get really messy with your hair and just that area? Doesn't it feel awful?
When you put oil, no, you don't oil it. I'm saying when you use a cream, of course use your cream
even
on
when
your
you
ear.
use a cream, doesn't it all get pretty sticky because your hair is there and your neck is there and it's all
You don't end up using a thick cream, nah? You don't end up using a thick cream. Whatever, like I keep saying, whatever is you end up just using it on your ears, using it not all over ear and back of the ear. You just use it on your pinna, which tends to age much faster.
Okay, just the lobe, just the bottom end.
Yeah, and then in the morning, when you do your oil massage of the face, don't forget the ear. Right. It's not just only that you need that oil as a skin surface. There are a lot of lymphatic drainage points around the ear, which is very good to be massaged as well.
Right.
So it is a nice thing. And if you go to the Chinese medicine, they always do the ear massage. And in fact, the ear represents your whole body. So pressure points on the ear are also very important to deal with.
Okay.
Can we just take the last question and call it a day? My throat is almost hurting me. We've done a 40-minute live now.
Oh gosh, we have so many. Okay, I'm going to ask you the most important. You're right, and Instagram also cuts us off pretty soon. Okay, freckles, pigmentation. Is it the same thing? What do you do?
So pigmentation is simply when your skin turns darker than what it is. Freckle is one type of pigmentation. Freckle is a very superficial pigmentation. So a single sitting of a 532, which is a kind of laser, will actually take it off.
Okay. Collagen. How do you stimulate it? And what about dietary collagen? Does it work?
Yeah. So you don't eat collagen and that doesn't become collagen. You usually eat the precursors for it, as in protein bits, peptides, which actually help the body make the collagen. One of my favorites, of course, since you asked me to name a few products along the way, Raw Hydrate is one of my favorite collagen supplements because it has got collagen, it's got lutein, which holds water. It also has sodium hyaluronic acid, which is your, like what the fillers we end up using, like that. So it helps you ground substance, hydrating the skin, collagen stimulation, and elastin stimulation. So that rejuvenates your skin. So that's what your collagen supplementation is. How do you do it in your office? There are various gadgets, whether it is radio frequency, it's microneedling, it's ultrasound focused, highly focused ultrasound, various technologies which can stimulate your collagen in your doctor's office.
Okay, what are massages important?
Sorry?
Massages, regular massages, are they important?
Why not? Regular massages has its own benefit when it's done right. It depends on how you do it. It can simply use a good moisturizer to hydrate your skin. It increases your blood supply to the face, so it kind of makes it more healing. You can end up draining off the lymphatic fluid, so the puffiness reduces. Of course, massage is a nice tool to have.
Great. Good and bad foods for the skin?
Moods. Oh, moods will tell on the skin.
No, not moods. Foods. What we eat.
Huh?
Nutrition.
Spoons. Nutrition.
Yeah.
Anything. All colored foods are really good for the skin. And everything in a limit is good for the skin. Everything in a limit. I mean, I was just doing a reel in the morning today while I was eating my puri, which is a fried Indian food, which is also good in its own limit. So limited, whatever you want to eat, keep your soul and your tummy satisfied and happy, skin will look happy.
Okay.
But everything in a limit. Everything in a limit.
Yes. What are the skin's worst enemies?
Lots of things. I don't think there's one. Smoking, it could be drinking too much, it could be using wrong products, it could be scrubbing too harsh, it could be sun, it could be wind, it could be any kind of pollution, it could be simply an angry young lady who's angry all the time, it can tell on the face, it could be a bad gut, it could be inflammatory food substances, there's countless.
Okay. Could you tell us about your offerings, what treatments you offer, and what is the right age to do what treatment?
So we do offer everything which is today in the modern aesthetic and dermatology world. There is no more anything that one needs to think that West is better or East is better. In India, we have every single treatment, all US FDA approved technologies, completely updated and bright. In our clinic, we take care of everything, clinical and aesthetic dermatology. So we have everything that requires to keep you looking fresh and youthful, whether it is injectables such as Botox, fillers, hydrate boosters, or it is equipment such as Thermage, Altherapy, Morphus, your microneedling, your cool sculpting. We have it all. So yes, we do everything around the skin. And,
is there any right age to start something?
There's always a right age for everything. So, but then, you know, there is no right age to go to your skin doctor for a consultation. Even if you get an acne, I see a lot of young kids, 5, 7 with severe dry skin. So there is no right age to go to your doctor, but which treatment to do, everything has a right age. So you please firstly go to again, I was just talking to someone today and saying how aesthetics is trivialized. When you go to a cardiac surgeon, you go with a lot of references, you go to a doctor, you just don't go to a center, correct? But while it comes to aesthetics, you just look for bargains, look for packages, go to some center, go by some random suggestions. Don't do that. It is the doctor who ultimately gives you the service provider is your doctor. Their skill, what they do, their integrity in telling you what is required for you, all that is important. So choose the doctor right, the rest will fall into place.
Right. And last question, Doc, is are there common skin myths that anything that you'd like to bust?
I think there are a lot of myths which keep happening and keeps getting busted on the internet. My thing is, probably the biggest myth is thinking that you will go to your doctor one day and you'll come out with a glowing skin. The other myth is that, tell me one cream that can do it all. There is no magic like that. Skincare, right, like how Nawaz treats body and fitness, is an ongoing thing. You have to do it again and again and again, relentlessly, many times every day. It has to be a lifestyle. Only then will you have a good skin for life. So that, I think, is the biggest myth. There is no quick fix. There is no one-time solution. There's no one magic machine with your doctor or one magic injection.
Okay, scar removal, Doc. I'm so sorry, but you're getting fabulous questions. And you guys, this is the last question we're taking on. The rest of your questions, please put them in our comments below. You can and tag Dr. Rashmi Shetty, and she will hopefully get back to you, or her clinic will. So the last question is scar removal.
Scar removal is possible, but you will never have something like a totally erasing the scar. That's very difficult to do. Many gadgets to be involved in that, and many treatments and long-term repeated treatments to be done. So therefore, first thing is avoid scarring. Whether it is pinching your acne or recklessly just scratching your skin or doing anything, avoid it. When it happens, the right time is immediately to go see your doctor while still your skin is at its repair phase. So it's easier to deal with. Moisturize, sun protect, don't irritate it further. These are the 3 things you can do. Then your doctor, depending on the type of the scar, will choose the treatment.
Super. Thank you so much, Doc. This has been a 45-minute live. We should close out, yes. Thank you so much. That's been extremely valuable to all of us. And if you guys want to connect with Dr. Rashmi Shetty, please check her out on Instagram at the rate of Dr. Rashmi Shetty. Her website is also www.drrashmishetty.com. And thank you so much, Doc, for your time, your expertise, your warmth, and all the jewels you've left us with. Much appreciated.
How sweet. Thank you so much, Nawaz. And I look at you and I'm so inspired about the way you just conduct yourself, and you put yourself together, and the fitness and the time that you dedicate to that and teach all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm going to be making a trip to you at some point soon.
I shall look forward to that.
All the best. Stay well and safe. Thank you. Bye, and bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.